Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Deluxe class Autobot Nightprowler from the Transformers Legacy line from Hasbro. So this is another one of those Walmart exclusive Kingdom repaints that they're doing, along with the other few that I've already reviewed. And it's just a repaint of Cheetor. Really nice artwork here on the side to go with the artwork here on the front. Otherwise pretty standard Legacy packaging. And you just have a robot mode, and I think he's a snow leopard. I think that's what this guy is supposed to be. It's also interesting to note that he is an Autobot and not a Maximal. Apparently he is a reference to an old Walmart exclusive from back in the early 2000s that was supposed to come in a 2-pack with some version of Waspinator, and it got canceled, and then some test shots showed up online somewhere. So that's apparently how Nightprowler came into being. And yeah, now we're getting him as a Cheetor repaint once again. So that's going to do it pretty much here for the packaging. I'm going to go ahead and get him out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. So here is Nightprowler out of the packaging. I gotta be honest, there's not really any surprises with this one. It's just a repaint of Kingdom Cheetor, but it's a pretty good repaint. I mean, it's definitely weird to think that it's just kind of two different shades of like this brownish gray, but then you have some yellow to kind of like pop against it. But it kind of works. I think it's kind of a cool color palette. It would make sense, especially in the Beast mode, that he would have a more muted color palette, especially if he's supposed to be like a Stalker, a Prowler, you know, blending into the shadows and that kind of stuff. I think it makes sense. But then in the robot mode, you have this yellow to really kind of juxtaposition with the otherwise very muted color palette. So I think it kind of works. I kind of like it. I really like what they did with the head. I think that like gunmetal gray for the face with the fluorescent green eyes really looks cool. You got the little Autobot symbol there on the crest. You got the red eyes for the leopard head. I think that's pretty cool. So all in all, like I said, I think the color palette works. I didn't think it was going to at first, but it's really grown on me. So I like that a lot. He does come with the tail accessory, just like Cheetor. You just kind of plug it in. Nothing real exciting there. Otherwise, articulation, it's Cheetor. So head can tilt really far back because of the transformation. Can also spin side to side. Can't really look down all that much. Not really any side to side. The shoulders are what you expect. You have these back pieces that kind of get in the way. Otherwise, you have a rotation and a hinge. Now, you can kind of tilt these back a little bit and bring this a little bit more forward if you want to kind of get a little bit more range of motion there on the shoulder. Otherwise, it kind of gets hindered by these weird shoulder pad things. You have a bicep swivel. You have a little over 90 degrees in the elbow. You do have a wrist swivel, that's mostly for transformation. You do have a waist swivel there. Now, this piece here can flip up, and I noticed mine, unfortunately, is like a little scratched up. It just kind of came like that, like it almost looks like it just got roughed up there. Luckily, it's not a problem, but maybe just something to look for if you're looking at these in the store, because you do have the little window so you can see, you could probably see down to the waist there, but yeah, I don't know. Mine got a little messed up there. But that can move if you want for some reason to kind of kick all the way forward, and that otherwise, it's not even really in your way though. So I don't know why that's made to move. It doesn't really need to. But you can kick about that far out. Otherwise, it kind of hits into that. Can't really go back at all, but you can certainly kick forward. You do have a thigh swivel right above the knee. You have pretty much 90 degrees there in the knee. And then, of course, you do have the ankle tilt. And you have a little bit of front to back as well. So pretty decent articulation. Like I said, it's exactly the same as Kingdom Cheetor because they haven't really changed this mold at all. But yeah, he's alright. Like I said, not really any surprises. The best thing he's got going for him is the color palette, which I actually like a lot more than I thought I was going to. So we'll go ahead and get into the transformation. Alright, I'm going to go through this pretty quick because I feel like we've gone through with this mold quite a few times. But you're going to start with the head, you're going to kind of tilt it back. You're going to rotate it around 180 degrees and then pop it back down. You're going to kind of lift the arms out of the way so that these little panels here on the waist can flip open like so. Then you're going to grab onto the cat head and pop that up. And then that is going to come up and you're going to tuck the robot head inside and then close that up like so. Then you can go ahead and close the jaw of the cat. You're going to come down to here, turn this to the side, and then kind of pop that till it kind of clips so that it's one solid piece there. And then you're going to rotate this down to the side like so. Do the same over here. Rotate this. Line it up so that it kind of clicks into place there with the little hook that's right there. And then you're going to rotate this around like so. At that point, you're just going to completely close up the midsection of the cat. That's going to snap together. And then you can just kind of position the front legs, and then you're pretty much done. You're just going to flip the robot feet into the back. That will cause the back legs of the cat to flip down. And then you're just going to bend it right there. Straighten everything out. Bring that tail piece back in. Peg that right there. And there we go. There is your leopard mode. And it's cool. Like I said, I think this more muted color palette definitely works for someone who's supposed to be a stalker or a prowler in the shadows. Well, you can tell all the yellow is hidden in this mode, which I think makes total sense. I mean, yeah, you can see some joints, but for the most part, it's pretty much hidden. And I really like the red eyes. I think that's kind of cool. Mouth can kind of open and close, as you can see. You do have this hinge and rotation here. At the cat leg, you have a not quite 90-degree bend there, maybe 45-degree angle bend. And then you have kind of a ball joint here for the front paw. And then back here, this is really just, for the most part, the legs of the robot mode. But then you have a swivel there, and then another ball joint for the paw. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Yeah. So honestly, Nightprowler's fine. There's nothing really great about him. There's nothing really wrong with him. It's a pretty cool repaint of a decent mold. For me personally, it's just kind of hard to go back to the Cheetor mold after getting Tigatron, because it's just so much better executed and they're so very similar. And I get it, one's a Voyager, one's a Deluxe, so it's not really fair to compare them. But at the same time, it's kind of hard not to compare them because they're so similar and Tigatron's just so much better than the Cheetor mold. But again, if you like that mold or if you're on a budget, this is a pretty cool repaint of that mold. I still never really liked this tail weapon. It's just kind of lazy to me. I mean, he's supposed to come with the gun, and they're just kind of like pretending it's Transmetal Cheetor with that thing. I don't know what's going on with that, but I do think this guy's kind of cool. He is a Walmart exclusive, so if you're looking for him, that's definitely where to check him out. I've seen him in a couple stores now. Should be online fairly soon as well, so he'll be around. I don't really anticipate this guy selling out. I think out of the 3 repaints, he'll probably be the one that you'll find the most. And honestly, I think it's just because even though this mold is only like a year to a year and a half old, we've already got like 5 of them. I mean, there was regular Cheetor, there was the Netflix Cheetor, there's this guy, there's Shadow Panther, not to mention Tigatron, and then the regular colored Tigatron. You know what I'm talking about. In any case, this mold has already seen a lot of distribution, so I can understand why people just don't really need this, or they're like, hey, I've got it, you know, I've got enough of this mold, I don't really need a 4th one, so it's going to be a your mileage will vary situation. I think it's perfectly fine. If you like the Cheetor mold, it's a good repaint. If you feel like you've already got plenty of the Cheetor mold, I totally get it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.